I wonder if I can get an interview with Lonnie Palmer. You think? I've actually been designing parts today over on Fusion 360.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, hate is based the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
What's happening? What's up? Patron in my cup. I don't know. It's Sunday. Weird show Sunday. I don't know. You guys want to design a part for a snake guillotine with me?
And we feel betrayed.
Kind of a weird ask, huh?
We were raised to lose the race. Wake
No, I just now got the linear bearings fitting snugged where they won't pop out. I still got to do some more work. Lots of Fusion 360 and shit. The wrong size, wrong place, wrong thickness. Part of it.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. What's up? I'm messing with a linear bearing currently, but what are you guys up to? Whole lot? Got stuff going on? Been a busy day? I'm making something for the other YouTube channel, so I've been 3D printing stuff that fits around other stuff. I need it to be tight enough to where there's not slop in it, because if I have like space in there, this is going to be moving extremely fast. And if I have too much space in there, it'll almost like act like a hammer, right? Because the container will travel faster than the thing inside of it, and when the container stops, the thing inside of it will hit the container. But if it's too tight, I want to embed these while it's printing on my 3D printer. If it's too tight, like this one, I had to basically tap in with a hammer, way too tight. What I want to do is let it print up until it's getting ready to print the top on it. Like if I was printing this bottle, I would print it all the way till it gets to the lid part, and then I could drop something in there and then print the lid, and it would be sealed in the bottle. That's what I want to do, but I damn sure can't do it with a hammer. So, rethinking the process. Plus, it's hot. It's hot while it's on the printer because the bed's heated, the plastic's heated. It's pretty warm while it's on the printer, which I'm assuming it probably expands slightly. And it'll be hot when I stick the bearing in there. But then it'll cool down, so that'll tighten it up some. I don't know. Weird tolerances. What have you guys been up to? Welcome. Dave Johnson's posted about Chuck again. He keeps calling him pretty boy. I think he just wants to fuck. I don't know if Chuck swings that way, but maybe throw him a pity fuck. I don't know. Don't be ashamed, right? Sometimes you just gotta pop out and show, ninjas. That's what's happening. That Colonel guy is pretty wild. I know some information that Colonel guy doesn't know, and I'm wondering if he'll ever answer me. I asked him a few questions. Silencio. Silence the whole time. Fusion 360 is a program. Not this program. This is my printer and slicer program. So this is like a model of the 3D print. And when you slice it, you can, if we zoom in here, see, that's basically just what I printed. I didn't even print the whole thing. I stopped it early. But that's a slicer, and then you can go down through it like layer by layer. See it peeling back? So that's how you slice a print. But to make an object, you have to have like some CAD software. That's what I use. There's other people that use they use sculpting software, right? They use sculpting software that will let them, there's where the nozzle is the whole time. See how it shows the nozzle moving around. That's pretty crazy. They use sculpting software, and they can make like faces and shit like that. I can make basic shapes like you would think a machine part looks like. But like if you're going to like make an organic shape, like a face or some shit, I don't know how to do that shit. So I'm stuck to making mechanical parts. I heard that Cuckitch made a new video. China's going wild right now. I guess this Chinese kid caught his teachers having an affair. And if you know anything about China, they're super all about appearances. So this Chinese teachers This schoolboy caught his teachers having an affair. They murdered him to keep that quiet. And the Chinese government is covering that up because no bad press in China. Ask Tsuko. She almost got banned for just literally being bad press from China. But they murdered. So there was a bunch of protests and shit. I just heard about this story. Apparently it happened back towards the first of the year or some shit. I don't know. It's been out for a while, but I don't get a whole lot of news from China. Miss Tesla has been updating us. By the way, this is just the Rolling Stones and Mick Jagger. If you're not the Rolling Stones or Mick Jagger, you can scroll on, okay? Okay, first of all, she says she took down 9/11. So I can understand if you claim you took down a pedophile ring. How do you take down an event that happened? We took down the 1993 World Series. And then she said behind the scene. Who the fuck says behind the scene? It's behind the scenes, right? Who says behind the scene? A psychopath, that's who. Oh, shit. It's because it's part. Hold on. Let me close Telegram and reopen it. Telegram has an update, so it won't put audio out. It does to my headphones, but not to you guys. Hold on. Telegram updates too much. And like every 3 days, it's like, you want to download an update? You want to get an update? Telegram's got a new update. You want an update? Then it like closes Telegram app, updates. Then you open it back up. Then it says, do you want to install the update? Motherfucker, I downloaded it. Just go ahead and do it all together. Right? It's like I go to the store and buy an apple. Then I get home and I'm hungry and I have to go back to the store to eat the apple. The fuck?
You've kept us all going in music.
Should have audio
quite
now.
A long time.
All right, let's go back.
Good morning. June 23rd, 2024. Kimberly Kukic Tussle for the internet. This goes out to the Rolling Stones and Mick Jagger. I really have questions to ask you. If I could change a song and maybe you'd work with me on this, because we did take down the deep state pedophile ring, and we took down 9/11, and we took down a lot of other stuff behind the scene. To
behind the scene.
And the Rolling Stones, thank you. You've kept us all going in music quite a long time. But
you've kept us all going in music quite a long time behind the scene.
can I change that Satisfaction song? I can't get mo satisfaction.
Mo? I can't get Mo? With an M? I can't get Mo satisfaction.
To Mick and the Rolling Stones, thank you. You've kept us all going in music quite a long time. But can I change that Satisfaction song? I can't get mo satisfaction. I can't get mo satisfaction. Hey, Kroger! I can't get mo satisfaction. And I try. Yeah, how's that, Mick, for my tryout? Love you guys.
Gitmo. Oh, I see what you're saying. I really didn't know that's what she was saying. Gitmo satisfaction. But how the fuck are you saying I can't Gitmo? I really thought she was saying like get Mo, not get Mo. But I can't. Let's listen to it again then.
Good morning. The deep state pedophile ring, and we took down 9/11, and we took down a lot of other stuff behind the scene. To
That's
Mick
what I thought.
and the
Mo
Rolling
meant more.
Stones. Thank you. You've kept us all going in music quite a long time. But can I change that satisfaction song? I can't get Mo satisfaction.
But what does I can't get Mo mean?
Mo.
I can't get Mo. Like Derek Johnson can't get Mo? Has he ever addressed that ever again? That he was going to be the boots on the ground at Get Mo. He already had his passport. A radio station was sending him any day now.
Oh, satisfaction. Hey, Kroger, I can't get Mo satisfaction. And I try. Yeah, how's that, Mick, for my tryout? Love you guys.
She really thinks she's talking to these people, doesn't she? Hashtag at SRQ Rolling Stones. What the fuck is wrong with this woman? Jesus. Dr. J received some mail. Prostitute. Big and bold. At 2 prostitute. Here's a Chinese story. Continue.
This is the biggest story in China right now. A 14-year-old boy was murdered after he stumbled upon 2 of his teachers having an affair. They tortured him to death, and the family didn't learn about this until 9 hours after. This has led to massive protests since December 27th, but the local government across 3 levels have deemed this as a suicide case. They've stepped in. They've called in police to suppress the protesters, despite injuries suggesting there's puncture wounds and bruises and a broken ankle.
Puncture wounds, bruises, and a broken ankle. He killed himself. Suicide. But apparently he got his teachers
having an affair. They tortured him to death, and the family didn't learn about this until 9 hours after. This has led to massive protests since December 27th, but the local government
happened at the end of last year.
Across 3 levels have deemed this as a suicide case. They've stepped in. They've called in police.
It says, so the translation says, student suicide case, Henan province, city, county level investigation, suicide note found, no signs of bullying, no puncture wounds, and injuries consistent with a fall. So they're saying he jumped, I guess.
To suppress the protesters, despite injuries suggesting there's puncture.
China's wild. From the outside looking in, like, I don't know what the average person over there thinks. Well, clearly there's protesters, so not everybody's happy. But if you're just gullible enough to believe everything the government tells you, that's wild, dude.
Wounds and bruises and a broken ankle. The CCP
and his it's a school-age child. His family wasn't notified of his death till 9 hours later. Like, they knew it, the cops, the school, everybody knew about it immediately when it happened, right? But his family wasn't notified for 9 hours.
He typically covers up this type of event, forces the family to pay lump sum payment, and no further justice can be sought out.
Hope you feel better.
This story made it to state media, and they continually repeated the suicide narrative. But all the comments are satirical. Like, our 90-year-old village man had twins the other day. I'm a guy, I had my period today, and I am 518 years old.
So they're not allowed to, so on these comments, they're not allowed to say, like, this is bullshit.
Cutting corners, you want to get your tip right up in there, touch.
You're not allowed to say, like, this is bullshit, this is a lie, he was murdered.
The family.
So instead, the translation's not great, but basically what they're saying is, like, oh, I'm a guy and I'm 500 years old and I just had my first period. My girlfriend's 285 years old and she's pregnant. So their satirical comments is their way to protest, because they can't put, like, you're a liar. The government show up at their house and fucking kill them or fine them, or their social credit score will get so bad they can't buy anything. So all they can say is, like, basically, like, sure, when pigs fly kind of deal.
To state media, and they continually repeated the suicide narrative. But all the comments are satirical. Like, our 90-year-old village man had twins the other day. I'm a guy, I had my period today, and I am 518 years old. Hi, is today the 32nd? Or, hi, my 100-plus-year-old girlfriend is pregnant, what do I do? Yet, this is the reality of China today. Reality is what the CCP deems it to be, to bend and twist in which...
Yeah, I hope you get to feeling better and the biopsy comes back good.
Every way that suits stability and the regime's power. This is the
It's just kind of wild that China's like they have to resort to those types of things to even speak. Their new the Chinese electric cars are fucking falling apart. Here's a new law in China. 3 people. China's so afraid of protests right now. It's illegal for more than 2 people to wear the same outfit.
China's something else these days. 3 people got in trouble with the police for wearing the same outfit, and allegedly they didn't report it to the police first. And that's according.
If you're going to, if more than 2 people are going to wear the same outfit, it has to be approved by the local police first.
To new regulations, no more than 2 people can wear the same outfit and gather together. Meanwhile, local authorities are fining people, from ticketing a bike without a license plate to finding a passenger on a long-distance bus for not wearing a seatbelt to someone walking. In one province, the finance director visited the traffic police department, and she clearly suggested that traffic police bureaus should try their best to achieve its expected fiscal revenue targets. Police making money. I wonder how. More fine, which means more money for the local government, who is out of money. China's something.
And look, Atsuko has to live with this every day, which is wild. Yeah, but so their whole like honor and the way stuff look like. So if you're a teacher under a CCP school that's approved and you get busted and it comes out that you had an affair, they might show up and fucking kill you. Yeah, I'm not saying it's worth killing a child over, but that's how they rationalize these things. Like if they have something that comes out in the community that tarnishes their name, which also looks bad on the CCP, they might show up and kill your whole fucking family. Like it's still fucked up to kill a kid, but it's different standards, I guess, over there. I don't know. Things just wild.
Chinese people are miserable part 3. This is a street shot from Jishou City in Hunan province. Elderly.
And what's crazy is this is why you can't trust anything coming out of China, Chinese media, right? This is why people are scared of TikTok, because of the way they like to control a narrative, because of the information they like to steal, the way they like to control everything.
People sleep on the street at their veggie stalls where they try to make a living. And this video shows watermelon vendors protesting the measures by smashing their melons after local city enforcement officers are giving them trouble for blocking the traffic. These type of disputes are common among the everyday people in China as they fight for survival and to make a living in China. And this video shows after.
But if you look at Chinese media, they want to make it like, oh, the U.S. has homeless problems and drug problems, which we do. But here's Chinese city where nothing ever happens.
The flood in southern China, people would pick up food left behind by street stalls and pick them up to take them home. And these are the recent floods in southern China. Now, last year...
Oh, no, the Three Gorge Dam, coming down. CCP. I knew it was coming.
There was a massive flood in the cities around Beijing, and that was widely reported. But this year seems like everything's being censored across social media.
Yeah, I think it made them look bad because the media was reporting the floods, which China didn't care about. Damn, I swallowed something. China didn't care about. But then it went on to how dangerous is their dams, how dangerous is their infrastructure. China's basically falling apart. So this year, they're not letting anybody cover any of the flooding.
Media in China, there's only one top search, which is about giving some donations.
China fakes everything part 21. Chinese people are all kung fu masters. This one kick took down all the columns.
Oh no. Oh no, Chinese fakes guardrail. He kicked a single guard that's supposed to hold people back from falling. He kicked a single guardrail, and it's like dominoes.
This is a concrete column that fell and hit the back of an Audi. Why do I feel like the Audi is stronger than the concrete column? Is this tofu drag?
You know I don't know if you guys remember the hospitals they threw up like cardboard boxes during COVID. Like there was a reporter walking through one of the hospital and it flooded while he was doing the news story, and they wouldn't let him stop doing the story. They just changed the angle. And like by the end of the news story, he's like up to his shin in water, and it's just like a pipe bursting out of the ceiling. And they're talking about how state of the art the hospitals are.
Typical hole in the road in China. Tofu projects means they cut corners and they do not last long.
Tofu projects, like they, instead of using like rebar, steel, concrete, they stuff it full of tofu. It's the normal Chinese road. Look, we have these issues too, but China likes to pretend like they don't.
It's raining cats and dogs. Nope. That's just a building falling apart piece by piece. In other countries, it rains water. In China, it rains building materials.
That's where I want an apartment at.
China Fakes Everything Part 21.
Jesus
Chinese
Christ.
people are miserable.
China Fakes Everything Summer 2024 edition. It's the yearly fake flood rescue season. This video comes after a flood, according to a person filming. Reporters came to report on the scene, and the recovery operation would stop the next day.
So basically, the day the news came out for the flood, it showed a bunch of CCP agents or whatever helping, and then when the cameras left, the CCP left too. Today they stopped working, it's done. This is rescue. It's hard for them to even get these videos out.
Similarly, this video shows a staged disaster rescue propaganda shoot. It seems like as long as you have a water hose, everything can be staged for a propaganda shoot. A $27 million flood embankment is supposed to protect the city here. As it was touted to stop flooding, it didn't work against the flood just days after.
Oh shit, it's underwater. Oh no, look.
Supposed to protect the city here. As it was touted to.
So here is the, I guess where they observe it from, and there's the height of the wall, right?
But stop then flooding. It didn't work.
A few days later, it's up to the observation deck.
Against the flood just days after it was completed. This is the 13th subway line under construction in Chengdu. On June 20th, part of it sunk into a giant hole. And it shows that the foundation is non-existent. There's no supporting structure. The entire thing is hollow. Typical tofu direct construction in China. Just cutting corners.
They had, I like their electric vehicles they got.
So these orange vests are Chinese Coast Guard surrounding a boat from the Philippines. The CCP has escalated from using water cannons to now surrounding a boat with militants. They're equipped with knives and spears. They attempt to get on board, and they rammed into this boat, which has damaged the equipment, the radios, and other like windows. Now, pictures and videos from past month have showed us that the outnumbered Filipino ships, as they try to resupply to the Second Thomas Shoal, they're essentially being bullied around by the Chinese Coast Guards, who have much bigger ships. And they claim that the Yanjin, or the Second Thomas Shoal, belongs to China. By the way, this is 600 to 700 miles off the coast of China. It's only 200 miles from the Philippines. So that's like your neighbor saying that your backyard is theirs and they try to fight you over it. We need to pay. This is Chengli until
I want to see. Let me see if I can find the one about their electric vehicles.
This is
so fucking panels and shit are falling off of it.
No historical. China fakes. China memes everything.
This guy just does news on China.
What a great story this is. This is Zhang Ping, a 17-year-old. Can you believe this? Banks in northern China's economy is too animal.
Talk about a badass Chinese mythical figure. This dude was a Chad. He had bull horns on his head. This is Emperor Flames, or Yan Emperor, and he also is known as the Divine Farmer. And
it's a short, so I don't know if he'll have it or not. It's the Neo ET77. The body panels are just falling off of it. It should have been from that same guy's channel. Maybe I should have just kept scrolling.
Talk about Chinese people. China fakes everything.
So this
China's
talk about a badass. Now, according to an ongoing, this map was from the China Fakes Everything, I don't know, random edition. This
I think it was part
maybe
14,
an earthbender. Or that rock is just tofu direct, poorly constructed. All right, so this
China Fakes Everything part 14 is what I'm looking.
This is so China Fakes Everything Food Edition. The classic cardboard and minced meat. Just add food flavoring and coloring and you get the taste-wise very similar to regular meat.
They're mixing cardboard and MSGs to make meat.
Now, if donkey meat is weird to you, let me introduce you to China's fake donkey meat. To be honest, I have no idea what the replacement meat would be and which animal it came from, but these Chinese watermelons get a dipping treatment before they're sent out to be sold. Someone also filmed that prior to harvest, they're given a chemical treatment consisting of a sweetening agent as well as other sort of pesticides to basically get them ready to be sold at the market. So you're guaranteed to get a chemical melon at the market. Now, people in China love sea cucumber for their health benefits, and this one here looks like it's made of sponge. It doesn't have that bouncy and chewiness that you can kind of tell when it's a sea cucumber. So are they really made with sponges? This is so awkward. A Chinese AI developer 360 released their new generative AI function for swapping clothes. But it's a VIP function, so you gotta pay. It turns out during their presentation, they stole one artist's AI model, and the artist came out accusing them of stealing on Twitter, criticizing. So this is awkward as heck. A Chinese influencer named Ironhead pees on the monument of the Yasukuni Shrine and writes the word toilet. He immediately flies back to China to escape being arrested by the Japanese police. And he's being treated as a nationalistic hero, although online there's a mixed response.
Did you know this happened at Tsuko?
Many criticize him for being too extreme or saying that the timing wasn't right, but most people seem to actually agree with what he did still.
He pissed on your monument? Why didn't you chase him down?
Ironhead was previously suspended online for...
China props up social media influence. Like in the U.S., we have these shitheads like go to Japan, they're super disrespectful, or like Logan Paul at the Suicide Forest, and we basically call them out. Chinese government props up people that go to other countries and do fucked up shit, and then they come back and pay them and make them heroes.
Self-exposing that he hired escorts and...
Why would he write it in English? To put it on the news?
He also was sentenced to jail for running a casino, and this was along with being a so-called anti-counterfeit influencer. Seems like he wants
It'd be shared more on social media if it's in the English.
to pee his way back into fame. Even top barking dog Hu Shijin says it wasn't right, but he got censored, so that tells you everything about the official stand. A beautiful waterfall in China. This is supposed to be the #1 waterfall in all of Asia for its 1,000 feet drop and the beautiful sceneries around it. Well, a man just climbed to the top to the source of the waterfall to only discover it's a pipe.
It's fake. China faked the Asia's tallest waterfall. It's a pipe. You can even see the ring on it right there. It's a pipe.
Yep, China really does fake everything, including waterfalls. Now, authorities claim that this is because during drought season, they still want to...
Sorry, I'll skip back ahead and see what he said.
People have discovered with videos showing that authorities claim that this is because during drought season, they still want to supplement the water volume, and that's why they use a pipe. And people have discovered with videos showing that the actual pipe runs along the mountain up to supply the water.
Because they tried to blend it in. They just pumping it back up to the top. Blended right in. Hardly tell it's there, guys.
Remember this man, Hu Chengfeng, or Saint Hu, the streamer who got censored when a caller asked if Xi Jinping is a dictator? Well, he's back streaming, and this time he got his dad on a live call. However, when his dad says, "I hope to live to see that day," Hu immediately cuts off his dad and disconnects the call. All the viewers started to comment, "We understood him," in the live chat, and this is likely referring to the day that China is free.
哪个词儿不能说？我拿不准的我不说啊，我拿不准的不说。你说的，你刚才说的那些，第一我高度认同，第二
First, I highly agree with. Second, from my heart.
我这句话应该不会
I
不一样。
think these words should be fine. I wish I can live to see the day.
我直接给对面闭麦了啊，挂了啊，挂了挂了。
Imagine not being able to say shit like that.
This is NVIDIA CEO and founder.
Honey, we need to hurry. My husband is coming back.
Okay. Today's work is done. Coming back home early.
So she's
Honey,
cheating
I'm
on her
back.
husband.
Bring food and flowers. We can have a big dinner. Honey.
He's back. Quickly, quickly. I hear you. I hear you.
This entire thing is just cheating.
What happened? Is she sleeping now? Who are you?
Oh, honey, he's my colleague. We are discussing about our work.
Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, I know you. You're the leader of my girlfriend.
Yes.
She said you're very great at work. Okay. So let's go have some dinner together.
Wow.
We need to.
Chinese memes hit different, dude.
This is NVIDIA CEO and founder Jensen Huang, who
He's a
recently
pretty cool
was in
guy.
Taiwan. He gave an interview answer saying that Taiwan is a country, but something strange happened. Unlike boycotts over H&M and Nike in the past, Chinese state media and nationalistic influencers did not come out to bash him for his comment, or boycott NVIDIA products for that matter. Instead, they offered excuses on how to interpret the definition of a country, such as
Because NVIDIA brings in way too much fucking money, and there's a microchip shortage already.
this one, saying that a country can also mean a region or area. And this prompted to people saying that Jensen Huang is the only man with the CCP and their goons don't dare to offend, because many in China rely on NVIDIA's graphic units. And someone on China's Quora
Their graphic
asks,
processing.
who is Jensen Huang? The answer, those who they dare to offend will suffer a total boycott. Those who they dare not to offend will have all the news scrubbed. The CCP is like a walking contradiction. Strays in effect, Tiananmen Square edition. Tomorrow is June 4th, the 35th year since the tanks rolled in. Allegedly, if you try to reserve tickets to see Tiananmen, a pop-up window will appear saying Tiananmen Gate Tower will be closed all day on June 4th. Ahead of it, game publishers in China and some apps decided to go on maintenance on June 4th collectively, or as the memes call it, May 35th. Like World of Tanks, their chat system will be under maintenance that day. You know, tanks and tanks, of course, or Honor of Kings.
The game World of Tanks, which has a Chinese developer, but is very popular. They've even offered to sponsor the show before. Shut down on that day, or shut down their chat on that day so nobody can talk about it.
Which won't let you change your ID or search for names. Other games like Sanguosha Online or Identity V are also doing maintenance too. TikTok.
Just five more.
Stop buying from Shein and Temu. A Korean investigation found children's products contain high levels of carcinogenic and Chinese
I wouldn't
government.
buy. It's crazy to buy anything off those cheap ass websites that your kid could potentially put in their mouth. That's just crazy.
Okay.
I want to see the car for
That
real.
awkward moment.
Oh,
China
Chinese
memes
spy
everything
busted.
part
Hold
7.
on.
Understanding
That awkward moment when you're caught red-handed. After Florida passed their new law restricting Chinese students in university labs due to spying, a Chinese spy who worked as a researcher at the University of Florida fraudulently bought thousands of biochemical samples of dangerous drugs and toxins that were delivered to a campus laboratory and then illicitly shipped to China over 7 years. And this is according to reports and the latest DOJ filing. It also implicates Letitia Zheng, the president of the CSSA, which is a Chinese embassy-linked student group. CSSA.
It's almost like every fucking company
China memes everything
is God. It's like every fucking company is directly involved with the
Part
CCP.
7, Understanding Memes from West Taiwan with David Zhang. This time, Emperor Xi and his baobans. A baoban shop in Beijing called Qingfeng was visited by Xi Jinping back in 2013 on a cold day in December. Xi Jinping randomly picked the spot and was definitely not accompanied by a filming crew and his officials. Xi Jinping orders 2 pork buns and organically finds the seat among other eaters. They were 100% not expecting Xi Jinping to visit. He eats, he smiles, he takes photos, and he praises that the shop's buns taste really good. Not staged in any way, shape, or form, he also never got traffic control for him visiting. A year later, the spot would become a place where people protested for justice. The overly staged
It's got to be
this
scary
Chinese
as
military
fuck.
propaganda.
to,
You know those
it's gotta
coffin
be
room design
scary as
videos
fuck to protest there.
This Chinese military propaganda film is hilarious. In an attempt to paint
I love
PLA's
military
cooks
propaganda.
as heroes on the battlefield, they deploy mobile wok stations and let them cook. Sponsored by
Shijiazhuang Donghua Jinlong Chemical Company, Ltd. We mainly produce industrial grade glycine, refined glycine.
Have you seen this? Is a huge meme. Where do you buy your industrial graded glycine?
And glycine downstream derivatives.
Jokes aside, Donghuang Jinlong actually supplies glycine for semiconductor purposes, so they are a state asset of the Chinese Communist Party in the war of export. Now, back to the cooking. It's actually so impractical if they're actually in a war. What about the smoke that could reveal their location?
So they have Wakanabachi special forces for when they deploy.
Seems like not to worry, the PLA has learned a lot since the Korean War, where Mao Zedong's son allegedly cooked fried rice and the smoke revealed his location. Well, they have time to cook caramel and pork belly. They could deploy smoke to the skies and still walk on the go. Amazing display of useless fighting power.
Look at them with their coolers.
Wow, I guess tactical cooler delivery is really the special force. You know those coffin room design.
Let me find the one I'm actually looking for. Wait,
China fakes everything part 9.
Caution, make sure your social credit score is in the positive before you buy a Chinese.
So one thing they found out is that the Chinese electric vehicle that they're touting, it's like a ripped off like Porsche electric vehicle. It has voice commands to unlock the doors and pop the trunk and shit like that. the voice prompt microphone will pick up people outside. So if someone wants to steal your car, they just be like, open the doors, but in Chinese.
Chinese EV. This man, the owner of the car, has been locked inside the vehicle for 10 minutes because he could not open it from the inside. This is the Zeekr 001 EV in China. Can you imagine this? When you say something critical of the CCP, the next moment you're locked inside the car.
Their cars listen to them. And if you say something bad about the CCP, you can't get out of your car until your punishment's over.
They called the secret police on you. All your chat logs and audio files have been uploaded already. You're just waiting for your punishment. The owner was finally saved when somebody opened the door from the outside. What if there was a fire or some sort of an accident?
China fakes everything part 19. Love positive energy stage propaganda.
Oh, look, he's helping that elderly lady across the road in a rainstorm.
How do you know if the Chinese medicine ingredients in China are real? Well, according to this woman, they're at best substituted with a placebo or lower quality ingredient. At worst,
imagine going to get like you have heart disease and you have a pill you have to maintain, and they're putting placebos in it, and you think you're getting legit drugs.
They're just fake.
拌上地黄油，冒充属地，这黑乎乎一块，谁都看不出来是啥。你瞅这个黄金片长得嘛，大家吃的时候都是整只泡的，没有人掰开看吧？你掰开瞅瞅，看看里边。
This is a video of construction workers stealing galvanized steel. No, now how's little Johnny, who worked hard to build his 1 meter by 1 meter home, going to support his 100?
This is the dumbest meme I've seen. These Chinese memes about Johnny's father was very poor, so he gifted him a 1 meter by 1 meter room. But Johnny was very smart, so he poured concrete on galvanized steel, and now he has enough room to lay down and play. It's crazy.
These videos make me think that they're actually recorded in real time, given how fast China just puts up these tofu drug projects. Well, at least they still have eco-friendly wood veneer, right? Well, that's fake too. Yep, they fake wood with concrete inside, among other ways. China fakes everything part. China means everything part 6. The CCP has started a new round of harassment. China memes everything part 5. Understand? Alice Guo, the Tarlac mayor in the Philippines, definitely has.
China fakes everything tofu building edition.
Oh, this
lady mastered the lost art of the one finger technique.
Oh shit. She just
Kids love to play, but be careful in China. You better watch out. Those bridges can be deadly.
Oh my God, they're paper. God damn it.
It only takes 2 kids to rip apart a bridge? Do you like communism? These floors/ceilings are so in. You can share dinner with your neighbors upstairs and downstairs. How nice. Our food. Sprinting, people love sports. But in China, the quality of these tracks are as good as those tofu buildings. And again,
That's that
here's another
rubberized
man
track
who has
surface.
mastered the lost art of the one finger technique.
看到没有？全部是和那个的，就是和那个泥巴一样的，比泥巴还那个，看到没有？看到没有？一捏就大块的掉。
Like the Russian Olympics. Did you see that guy that had half a toilet in his room? Like, how'd they even fucking do that? He had half of a toilet in his room. Like, they cut a toilet in half and put half of it in his room and half of it in his neighbor's room. A toilet has to hold water.
This is a really crazy story. I'm not sure if coincidence or you know what. Former Royal Marine charged with spying for China was found dead. This guy, Matthew Trickett, he was supposed to appear in court for charges related to spying on behalf of the Hong Kong government, who he basically spied on Hong Kong activists in the UK. And this was from last week. He was running away from the journalists who were trying to film him during his appearance in court. And so yesterday, or on Sunday actually, he was found by a member of the public in a park near where he lived. And apparently previously in court, he had tried to take his own life already. So I'm not sure if this is...
China memes everything. Taiwan.
We're going for
This is a
14.
BYD EV dealership in flames. The 10th dealership, according to articles, to have gone up in flames. Meanwhile,
there are so many electric vehicles that China makes that are bursting into flames. They've got front end loaders stationed, and they pick them up and throw them off bridges and shit to keep from burning everybody else alive.
EVs are transported like stacked toy blocks on a semi. Is it even...
Look at the delivery.
safe to buy one of those vertically transported ones. A man in China was electrocuted and suffered a cerebral hemorrhage inside a BYD car just a month after buying it. And BYD claims this man simply had pre-existing health problems that led to the hemorrhage instead of being electrocuted. What a lie. Even the diagnosis says that there is electrical cause to it. Plus, there's visible shock wounds. Oh well, BYD's found.
No, I mean, like, U.S. made or like China is the exception. Most of the electric vehicles, as long as it meets your needs, are extremely good. Just don't buy one from China.
Founder says he's made sure that all responsibilities end up falling on the consumer. Wow, you get fooled into buying a Chinese-made product because nationalism.
So this is how American lawmakers argue.
The CCP is about to punish 5 Taiwanese media personalities.
China Fakes Everything Part 18. Just another day in the field for the farmers in China. Oh look, they installed a new water pump for us. How nice. Oh, it has nothing on the bottom, not even connected to it.
Why do they go to these measures?
This is Alice Guo. Did you know MiHoYo, the...
So they out a bunch of influencers that are... So China will prop up influencers and send armies of followers and commenters and viewers. Like, let's say I was a Chinese streamer and they knew that I would be beneficial to the CCP, right? I wouldn't say anything against the CCP. They would send the viewers and the donations and the bots and the comments to propel me up ahead of other people so I get suggested to more people, and it's all fucking fake. So they out a bunch of these streamers all the time as being like, not on like Twitch and shit, but like on the Chinese allowed ones. They're crazy.
China Memes Everything Part 3.
Where is that car falling apart?
Another tragedy in China this
I want you to see what they said about it. They said
time in Nantong City, a bus carrying a school choir collided with another truck. At least
China Memes Everything.
They said it was an aerodynamic feature that parts were falling off the car. If I can find the damn video.
This is a sign inside a... China is using one tragedy to cover up another. This is a sign inside...
Let's do a social experiment. Chinese police dedicates a lot of their time practicing anti-criminal measures in China, except those measures do not actually target criminals, they target regular people. How about massive anti-photography screens? These are from the training footage, 2 on each side, 1 in the middle, a powerful combination. They're used when in real life
So protesters can't be photographed.
China fakes
heparin.
the Russian.
Damn.
China Fakes Everything Part 15. This is heparin, a blood thinner. In 2008, Baxter...
Heparin is used for, if you have a PICC line, heparin's used for, it's like an anticoagulant for like the PICC line. So like you use it as a flush for a PICC line because your PICC line goes like very near or directly into your heart. You can't have like clots and shit there. It's not the same as like an IV where they just use like saline. So you use heparin to back flush after you do whatever injection or Mediball or whatever you're doing. I can't believe they fake heparin. That's going to get somebody killed.
A drug company imported Chinese-made heparins, which were found out to be contaminated, and it led to the death of at least 19 people. It contained possibly counterfeit ingredients that mimicked the real drug. By the time the investigation was to be conducted in China, everything was scrubbed clean. You couldn't find anything about it. This is a piece of meat served to kids at lunch in China. That's a cut of lymphatic tissues, which is unhealthy to be consumed by humans. A recent
Yeah, I don't care how cheap the Chinese one is. I would not get. There's no fucking way.
Has the Russian government succumbed to
Bloomberg? This is a French. If a Chinese EV isn't spinning its steering wheel like a helicopter, are you even buying the right one?
Look at this car.
Look at this
car.
A driver complaining that
he's okay. Here's your Chinese electric vehicle. He started it.
Spinning its steering wheel like a helicopter. Are you even buying the right one? I found this other video from a driver complaining that his BYD EV, which has 3 terrible designs. He complains about the air conditioning being angled in such a way that it is anti-Chinese culture. The AC is designed so that the wheel scrolling controls the speed of the fan. Too little, it doesn't cool. Too much, it blows.
So the wheel scroll controls how hard the vent blows. There's no like 1, 2, 3 or like high, low, medium. It's how much you close the vent, which means it's wide open in your face and it's off if you want it towards your feet or towards your torso.
Goes into his nose and face. The AC either aims at his knees, his stomach, or his nose. And Chinese people are really sensitive to cold exposure as it leads to many health problems. His second
we couldn't even run a fan in our house when Atsuko come to visit.
Complaint, I just can't stop laughing. He said the head of the
Oh shit! I missed
If a
it.
Chinese EV isn't spinning culture, the speed of touch, it blows stomach or his nose. And Chinese people are really sensitive to cold exposure as it leads to many health problems. His second complaint, I just can't stop laughing. He says that the seat on the BYD has a vertical sewing line that runs along the middle. Normally we know that car seats have lines that run across the seat and are sewn in a way that you wouldn't feel it. But in this BYD car, that's where it fits like a thong. His words, not mine.
It fits
to
like
the
a
nether
thong.
region. It cuts right through. And he thought that he had gotten hemorrhoids as it felt itchy and burning, but it's just the seat. Even though it's designed like a sports car seat, its cheap quality makes it hard to sit on. And the third is a lack of fog lights. If a Chinese EV isn't spinning its steering wheel like a helicopter, are you even buying the right one? The head of the Chinese
A Huawei EV bursted into flame after rear-ending into a sprinkler truck.
Of course
All
it
three
did.
passengers died inside the
Into a sprinkler truck. Talk about irony.
car. According to the grieving mother
A Leaf isn't a bad car. Hell, fucking shit like Priuses and stuff aren't bad cars.
of the victims, who were her son, her husband, and little brother, the A-pillar of the car had deformed. The car doors couldn't be opened, and the airbags weren't deployed. Internet censors have moved to scrub the topic, and the family has already received threats, likely from authorities and Huawei. Later, she released a video where she was sobbing and telling people to stop spreading false information, stop seeking answers. Some nationalistic internet users even asked her to apologize to Huawei and China, saying that she hurt the national enterprises and the pride of the country. Her family died from a bad Chinese EV accident, and now they're telling her to shut up and to apologize. Someone, of course, criticized this poster, saying that, do you even have a heart? And the person says, well, we can live without the four of them, meaning the victim and the mother, but we cannot live without Huawei. In fact, last year there was a video demonstrating
we can live without that family that Huawei killed, but we can't live without Huawei.
the car's doors had problems and they couldn't be opened. Not after you pry it and force your way with the handle that you can actually get the door to open. So don't buy Chinese. A Chinese YouTuber was pressured by
China fakes everything. China's something else these days.
China fakes
China
girls.
fakes everything, and now
Look at
it's
that
faking
guy.
girls. This is a Chinese AI model that allows a guy to look like a girl.
就是这个直播实时录像。那么直播的话，它这个其实已经是很完善的，包括像这种捏脸什么的。
You know this will be used by scammers in China. Watching anything from China, you better not trust it's actually a woman. And they're also China's something else these days. This is Zach Zoe, a
we're
China
getting
fakes
close now. Here it
everything.
is.
Part 14. This man got a Temu package, and it reads quality does not meet standard.
So he got a Temu package, and the package had been labeled as flagged by quality control, and they just shipped it anyways. Why? Because that you can't read Chinese.
I guess the seller on Temu really thought that Westerners couldn't read Chinese, so they shipped it out anyways. China's version of the Japanese shine muscat grapes is to dunk unripe grapes into a cup full of chemicals, and
so they can't get Moscato wine, or they can't grow Moscato grapes, I guess, because they don't come from the Muscat grapes. So they just dip them in a chemical bath
into a cup full of chemicals, and they turn big and ripe. This Chinese variety doesn't taste good unless it's soaked. Now we're back with more Xiaomi SU7 EV.
This is the Xiaomi SU7 EV. Now, there's a piece of the car that's falling off the cars. It's like a body panel. And the company addressed it on social media and said it's an aerodynamic feature. Look at this.
The side panel is coming off on new cars.
Look at it. It's off. It just flops.
After Xiaomi claims it's an aerodynamic feature. Well, I guess dangling parts are also part of this cheap Porsche ripoff. So aerodynamic. Also, you can use voice command outside of the car to open trunk.
Here you go. You can use voice
outside
command
of the car to open trunks. Well, China has truly achieved theft.
Voice command picks up outside the car, and it's not tailored to your voice. It's just voice command, right? So you can say, Xiaomi, open the trunk, and just steal people's shit.
Superiority. How do you like manual process?
This is so disgusting. This is a Chinese company that sells chicken feet. And chicken feet, apparently, I looked this up, what they're doing. Chicken feet has a skin on it that typically it's removed when the foot's in the package, right? It has like an outer layer of whatever, like leather, after they boil it or soak it or some shit. These people are ripping that off with their teeth and then bagging the chicken feet for sale.
Processed chicken feet. Well, this one gives you the added flavor of people's saliva. And there's the rat-infested sun-dried snacks and formaldehyde-soaked veggies and meat. Classic China. China fakes everything, part 4. This Chinese propaganda is hilarious. In a fake encounter, a Chinese man is confronted by local thugs threatening to rob him. He pulls out the Chinese passport and they immediately bow in respect and no longer threaten his.
Hey, ICCP! Sorry. We are so sorry.
Safety. Like he's just pulled out a magic amulet to repel bad spirits. What do they expect? Karl Marx to materialize and smite the robbers? Or Mao Zedong?
Their propaganda is fucking weird. But I couldn't imagine, like I said, being a Chinese person and believing it. And what would you think the rest of the world is like? Like he was getting mugged by people in Cuba. He pulled out his passport and they're like, we're so sorry. Let us buy you a beer.
Shiny forehead to blind them. Who believes this crap? Well, no sane person would actually pull out a passport and thinks that they're going to help them evade trouble if they're getting robbed. And apparently Chinese nationalistic influencers truly believe that when in danger outside of China, holding out a Chinese passport will deter danger. When in reality, that's probably the one.
I've seen them do this before.
One-way ticket to a bad end.
In videos where someone's like yelling at them, screaming at them, telling them they're doing something wrong. Or more likely, the Chinese people are telling them we saw that video. We can't be photographed. We can't be this. You can't do this. And they were pulling out their passports and showing them.
Now, it's one of the worst passports for traveling too, as it requires visas for pretty much all of the first world countries, whereas Taiwan has visa-free travels with many countries. This Chinese propaganda is hilarious.
I don't know. China's wild.
Reuters reports that TikTok would rather see its operation shut down in the US than to be sold off to an American company. It tells you exactly everything about the app. It's never about the social media or the influence or the 170 million user in the US. It's a weapon of mass cognitive brainwashing. It's infiltration. It's using the narrative.
I think when I saw this, I was surprised that they would say they'd rather shut it down in the US than the US portion of it to be sold. I think that's wild. That tells me that it's more about the information they're getting and the hearts and minds that they're changing than it is about even profits.
Of the CCP
because it's an incredibly popular and profitable app right now.
Control the masses in the United States to benefit and to speak on behalf to change the discourse of the United States. And the reason why they rather shut down than to continue to operate. If they were very happy to be another.
Because when people asked me what I thought would happen, I thought they would pressure them. I thought they'd get a deadline and they'd sell it to an American because it's so fucking profitable. But you got to remember, sometimes it's not about how profitable it is. Sometimes it's about how many people you can reach and who decides what can be said and what can't be said.
Another major social media player, why not just continue under an American parent company? Clearly, that's not their goal. This is from the New York Times. These are the ratios they studied on the number of important keywords that are being basically misrepresented, or the ratio of it is being misrepresented.
So pro-Israel is one of them, pro-Ukraine. This is stuff that they're hiding, right? Pro-Israel, pro-Ukraine, Uyghur Muslims, if you know about the Uyghurs, Taiwan, of course, South China Sea, Tibet, Tiananmen Square, Hong Kong protests. All that stuff's missing out of it. But if you go down here on what is on a normal ratio, Trump, Taylor Swift, Cristiano Ronaldo, Black Lives Matter, Barbie movie, all those things, fine. They're getting the right ratios. Hong Kong protests some of the lowest. Tibet, the Uyghur Muslims, of course.
Things like Hong Kong protests. Yeah.
It's for every 100 Instagram posts. So if you took a clean, like I haven't made my own For You page and suggested videos. I haven't liked any video. If you took a clean one, for every 100 Instagram posts, how many posts with Taiwan or anti-China posts are being represented? So for every 100 Instagram posts that may show Trump, there's 46 Trump on TikTok. For every 100 Taylor Swift posts on Instagram, there's 50 on Taylor Swift on TikTok. But for every 100 posts about Hong Kong protests, there are only 0.6 on TikTok, or 1 of Tiananmen Square, or 3 of Tibet, or 5 about the South China Sea, 7 about Taiwan, 9 about the Uyghur Muslims, 16 about pro-Israel, and I think that was 12 or 13 about pro-Ukraine. For every 100 that's on Instagram.
Tiananmen Square, all these things sensitive to the CCP, less represented than the other hashtags like Taylor Swift, Trump, Cristiano Ronaldo, Black Lives Matter, etc.
Oh, yeah. China. So that's one thing about. So a lot of U.S. stuff is based on election cycles and who can get in next or whatever. The CCP has 100 and 200 and 300 year plans, which is crazy. And it's like they always say, like the boiling water and the frog. Like they don't want to do anything that's going to get them banned or kicked out or whatever. They want to very slowly do it to where China can be the #1 nation in the world in 100 fucking years. And right now we don't give a fuck if our people starve or die or don't have anywhere to live. It doesn't matter.
This video shows a 25-year-old man living in a 3 feet by 3 feet hole that he got for $7 in Shanghai. He's been in the city for 8 days. What we thought was a cabinet door is actually the entire space. He sleeps allegedly using the Navy SEALs technique. He says that he furnished the place with rechargeable lights and has some hanging wires he will set up.
Peb's Liver Spam just resubscribed for 18 months.
I like how it calls you, I don't know why the robot calls you Peb's Liver Spam. But thank you for the resubscription. That's a year and a half.
His meals regularly consist of 30-cent noodles made with hot water from the...
Hell yeah.
Chinese internet users found their next Wailing Wall. A video about Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge has gone viral. In the game, one faction has a building that has a bunch of slaves mining gold for you. When you destroy the mining cart, the slave says, "We're free! We're free!" prompting to Chinese people associating their real-life experience to the dialogues of the in-game slaves.
Just now, Biden signed into law the bill to divest TikTok, and this gives it 9 months or so time for it to leave its parent company, and a U.S. company has to buy it up. And no, obviously TikTok is probably going to try to appeal it with a lawsuit to...
How's your boy Nick Recchietta doing?
Try to delay the time. And with the 9 months, they're still going to be able to influence the 2024 U.S. election.
Well, it can't say Michael because you got the A after it, so it calls you Michaela. It thinks that the name is Michaela. If you just had Michael space Robertson, it can say it.
Election with all of its cognitive warfare and propaganda. But still, this is a great opportunity because now either TikTok has...
China fakes everything part 13. Let's all just pretend for a second that we're incompetent and can't do math. This man goes to the gas station. He fills up. He noticed something was off, so he got a measuring flask, and it turns out the 1 liter only measures up to 700 milliliters. Relevant authority says that they're This is a national standard.
This could be a huge, if they just took like 3%. So depending on what state you're in, there's usually like a division of like weights and measures and stuff that's being sold by the gallon or by the pound or by the ounce. They come in and certify scales and pumps and whatever. But if they just took, let's just say they took a couple percent, this could be a huge scam. Think how many people buy gas every day. How busy fucking gas station. This could be a huge scam overall.
How about a $1.4 million apartment in China? Well, your party better not turn physical, otherwise your wall might just snap on you. This is a piece of wall that's filled with styrofoam. In a $1.4 million place, there's styrofoam. The better question for me is, why does the wall break after you punch it once? And also, remember the SU7 EV from Xiaomi, right? Well, the founder promises that there's a 12-year anti-corrosive paint coat on the outer body. Well, this man is cursing the CEO of Xiaomi after he just received the car for 2 to 3 days, and the paint is already peeling off.
12-year anti-corrosive paint, 2 days paint peeling.
I guess it's more like a 1 to 2 days anti-corrosive paint, just enough time to get it out of the factory into the buyer's hand. China fakes. Recently, a gas company in China overcharging its residents, internet users in China have found a new meme. They say Switzerland has 4 famous watch brands with famous dials: IWC, Patek Philippe, Omega, Blancpain. Well, it turns out China also has 4 famous watch brands and their dials: the gas dial, the electricity dial, the water dial, and the petrol dial. And they say that the movement in a watch is the heart of the timepiece. Well, in China, the movement of the dial is the heart attack for the people. Even if you're not home, they go up by themselves. And they can magically...
Even when people aren't there running anything, that they're fucking meter. Did you imagine if you found out like you had your whole house turned off at the breaker and it was still running like you were normally in your house, running air conditioner and everything, all the lights?
Controlled how slow or fast the authorities want them to be. Someone online commented, "You could have just blatantly robbed us. Why bother stealing like this?" Now, it was a big embarrassment after it was exposed because the CCP loves stealing from people. And
when I was a kid, my dad taught us a game, me and my sister. Well, I had an older sister, but she was too old for this. She just wasn't interested. But one of the first houses I can really remember living in, was like my uncle had a house up top, and then the basement was finished, and it was a completely separate house. It was like it was 2 bedrooms. No, it might have been 3 bedrooms and like a living room, a kitchen, a laundry room. It was a shared laundry room was the only thing that was shared, and it had a bathroom. Well, we had separate meters installed because before we moved in there, he was thinking about renting out to just anybody. So we had separate meters, separate breaker box and everything. The meter base was right outside our front door. Like when you walked out our front door, it was actually under his porch, and it was like a car garage, right? It was a place to pull in cars, but it was under their deck on the second story. The meter base was right there. And my dad, I don't know how he figured this out, but he figured out if you hit the meter base, like on the face of it, where like it's the old school and not a digital one where the disc turns around. If you tapped it just right, not super hard, but if you tapped it just right, the meter base would freeze. There was something slipping, something broke, and the dial wouldn't go up. So as a kid, me and my sister would literally spend hours and hours and hours a day on a chair. We couldn't even reach it. On a chair, tapping the meter base to see who could get it to stop the longest. We probably saved tons of money on electricity. We didn't even know what it was. We're just like, hey, this dial keeps going around, but if you tap it just right, it'll stop. We didn't know it had anything to do with it. We probably stole all kinds of electricity.
We just got kicked out of our own university. Right now, Xie Feng, the Chinese ambassador to the United States, is inside giving a propaganda speech. We Harvard students went in to tell him that we will not give him this undeserved platform. Xie Feng is spinning.
First of all, I didn't know that inviting a representative of a genocidal regime is supposed to be something that academic institutions feel proud of. But when these girls, brave enough when they were...
It's like Chutes and Ladders.
And protest,
but it's electric meters
in front of the Chinese ambassador. The ambassador was speechless because simply what they were saying was true. And what's happening with Tibetans, what's happening with other groups as well. This is the most awkward thing that could happen to the ambassador of such a regime, because guess what? Secretly down, they know the truth themselves, but they have to put on a mask and lie to the people. And yet you have a academic institution as respected as Harvard doing that, kicking out their own students. And I think that's
pretty fucked up.
This might be
Kicking out
huge.
Chinese
The
students.
Director of National Intelligence and Secretary of State are involved in writing a report.
I want to see more of the China fakes.
The Chinese
everything.
military, PLA. Chinese people are reporting their gas. A medical student suffered a heart attack during a morning exercise period, and all the medical students around her, knowing CPR, was not allowed to help because the supervisor thought she was faking it. Finally, when an ambulance arrived, she had been breathing for 9 minutes. According to information online, this happened because the supervisor had been picking on her after she delivered fish to the supervisor's wife and wasn't fresh. She has congenital heart disease and tried to get some time off, but was denied even after showing a doctor's note. Her 80-year-old grandma is seen here crying with her portrait. Police have arrived to chase them away. The school wants to settle by paying her family 100,000 yuan or 14,000 US dollars. Although the school threatened students with expulsion and not issuing graduation certificates and banned external reports, students and netizens still relate the incident online. Ironically, though, the school was just identified as a model for other schools in first aid education a few months ago.
China fakes everything, part 12. Ever run out of flour to make bread? Not in China, just run to your nearest wall and harvest fresh flour. They're vegan, called tofu jet construction. Or is it tofu powder? How about buying a Chinese EV? You're actually buying a combustion engine. Did you know that? Look at this one. Yep, they go up in flames a lot. How about a month-old cooked rice that doesn't go bad? Almost like there's some sort of impossible chemical involved. That can't be right. Trolls in my comment says China is perfect. The rice feels like styrofoam and probably tastes like it too. Rice technology. The CCP wants to rule out fake combat.
Atsuko just had a mini aneurysm seeing that rice.
Rice technology. The CCP wants to rule out.
Oh my God. Atsuko went to visit Bullshiffer, and this motherfucker, Atsuko, of all people, she has a rice dungeon, okay? He broke out minute rice for the microwave. At least I was smart enough to give her pizza. I don't think she's ever seen pizza before. They don't have it in China.
Fake combat capabilities in their military, yet they have their soldiers spend hours perfecting the art of folding blocks of blankets. I mean, why not? Since their commanders are busy with girls and pocketing money, what else is there to do? China fakes everything. A Chinese influencer nicknamed Saint Hu, known for his
There's the
resurrection
streamer that was
from
banned we
constant
saw
bans,
earlier.
invited a speaker onto his live stream. The speaker asked the question, is Xi Jinping a dictator? To which he immediately cut off the call and says, how can you violate live stream policies? So the question is, so is it a live stream policy violation if they ask Xi Jinping is a dictator? Isn't that just the Streisand effect? And is he actually secretly admitting to the question, yes, Xi is a dictator, as he keeps giving rhetorical responses in his subsequent answers, and saying how this person should bear the legal responsibility.
They were
for saying
banned. They
something like that.
disappeared.
Then suddenly he says he will stop streaming for 3 days, citing health reasons, and then his account was subsequently banned. Last year, he was fully censored online for 3 months for exposing a
Etsuko said Ben could never be her uncle. She's not even black.
rural area elderly woman living on just $15
Then she said something about noggins. I don't know what that was.
a day. The story made it onto the New York Times, so Hu drew a lot of flack from the internet users in China. And it's very likely now he's gotten talked to by the authorities, as internet censors don't care who asked the question as long as it did appear on a live stream. So now everyone will be wondering, is she a dictator? A Chinese...
Yeah. Etsuko can get pretty heated pretty quick, guys. Okay? I don't know if you guys know this about her, but pretty heated, pretty quick. You got to keep her calm. If you've never heard her negotiate, it's pretty bad. She likes to negotiate, but she likes to negotiate pretty hard. Okay, that's how she enjoys getting discounts. Is that right, Etsuko? You know it. You know it's right.
그거 그치 네. How much is this?
This is a private recording I did of her while she was trying to check into her hotel here at the front desk.
그거 그치 네. How much is this? How much? No,
I was like, damn, Etsuko, I didn't even know you had an accent.
No, $3.25. No, too expensive. Too much. Bargain.
I was like, this is the Mountain Inn and Suites. Why are you saying Gucci?
Gucci too expensive. Too much. How much? No. Next door, Armani. They discount, yes.
Next door is a gas station and a Mexican restaurant and a ditch where homeless people sleep. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you discount too. Here. How much is this? No. Don't
I don't know.
out. No, I'm Chinese.
She got a discount. I don't know what she said, but she got a discount. I'll tell you that much. The gotcha man. You guys know that God, what's the fucking guy's name? Hold on. Tom McDonald. Tom McDonald put out a new song, right? And it was called God Mode. And in this song, he talks about the last guy he did a rap battle with. He caused him to retire and lose all his following and get a divorce. Now, that guy was Mac Lethal. So Mac Lethal came out with his new diss. You want to hear it? It's a Tom McDonald diss. But it's been 5 years since they were actually, it's called Tom McDonald is a Nazi. Little rap diss game. Flash
Let's
your
be
passport,
clear about
yes.
one thing. You started it, you sneak dissing pussy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I thought it was funny, too. We already squashed this, dude. What are you doing? Here's a backstory. A couple years ago, Tom McDonald got his feelings hurt and made a track towards me. Tried to diss me in a rapping war, tried to bait me into going back and forth, but I really didn't have the passion for it, so I made one song and I had to ignore it. I don't want to sound rude, I just think he's mad corny. I didn't want to give it energy. A transphobic, homophobic culture vulture rapping about white supremacy isn't worthy of facing me lyrically. But I'm getting tired of watching this dude embarrass hip-hop's history. And the other day, he dropped a new song, and for some reason, he was dissing me. Fine, fight contract signed. Normally I wouldn't pay this any mind, but you made a 9-minute song about your personal life. Why the fuck you mention mine? I've been minding my business and buying some property. Why are you dissing me? Why you take shots at me, man? Are you buying prescriptions again? Is it lines that you're sniffing?
I don't care for Tommy McDonald. I know some people like him. I just don't understand why he's so obsessed over it. It's propaganda to me, or at least he's doing it for views and clicks and money. But he's so obsessed over American politics, and he's from Canada.
Gotta be. Fuck it. Ding ding, let's begin. You got weak skin. We followed each other on IG. We DM'd. We
reminds me a lot of Charlie Ward.
Even agreed that we would be friends. Thomas, we already squashed it. Last time I took the high road. This time I'm getting toxic. First off, your music sucks, you're goofy as fuck, your beats are trash. I bet $1 million cash that I could easily beat your ass. Your girlfriend is a skeezer with diseases, she got fleas and crabs. She used to go to Russell Simmons' house and eat his ass. Nova Rockefeller. Known for Rockefeller, she was a groupie over a Def Jam and a hoe at Rockefeller. You nerdy cuck, I wouldn't touch that dirty slut for $30. You're not even in the top 10 rappers, your girl is fucked. Oh my.
So, a lot of people propose the reason that Tom McDonald is so good at promotion and getting his songs out there and stuff is Nova Rockefeller, who is his girlfriend or wife or whatever. She used to work at all these different labels and has been with a bunch of different rappers off and on, relationships, whatever. And he says, you're not even in the top 10 rappers. Your girl is fucked. Damn.
My God. She's vaginally infected. I'll get back to her in a second. First, I'm smashing you on this record. I'll punch you so hard you'll see 3 of me. You'll say, hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Half your fucking...
That was a throwback to the battle that was like 5 years ago. The hi, Dave, hi, Dave, hi, Dave. There's something about a drive-by line, and it was something about a drive-by, and Tom McDonald was driving by saying, hi, Dave, or I can't remember.
Fan base wishes they could buy slaves. I donate my money to veterans.
Ooh. Half of your fan base wishes they could buy slaves.
You on this record, I'll punch you so hard you'll see 3 of me. You'll say, hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Half your fucking fan base wishes they could buy slaves. I donate my money to veterans. Okay, what you want, a peppermint? Don't complain about it, just do it. Quit patting yourself on the back for the camera lens. You're just Doja Cat for Nazis, a feminine racist on every beat. They call you an anti-woke rapper because your music puts everybody to sleep. Fuck everything that your lame ass do. If Dave Matthews had braids and a face tattoo and made a song called If I Was a Gay Black Jew, we would all be like, hey, that's you. Acting like you represent the blue-collar working man, rocking army boots when you live in Woodland Hills and wear $5,000 Versace suits. You'll never fuck with Mac. Look at this blonde bitch surrounded by shirtless African-American actors. What, you about to get gangbanged in an episode of Black? You're...
He went pretty far. Let's just say that.
Hills and wear $5,000 Versace suits. You'll never fuck with Mac. Look at this blonde bitch surrounded by shirtless African-American actors. What, you about to get gangbanged in an episode of Black? Your fans cheer when planes fly over Gaza dropping bombs. I'm a 52-year-old soccer mom. I hate rap, but you're awesome, Tom.
We do hear this all the time. Like, I don't listen to rap, but Tom McDonald's awesome.
Fake, fraud, poser, liar, charlatan, and grifter at heart. You have no fucking dignity. You'll do anything just to get on the charts. Bitch, I'm a star. Kicking these bars, burning his body. I'll rip it apart. Tom, did you call yourself the white version?
This is true. This is a meme he posted. Finally, a rapper is saying something that matters. Is this guy fire or trash the white Kendrick Lamar? If you don't cry, you savage.
Grifter at heart, you have no fucking dignity. You'll do anything just to get on the charts. Bitch, I'm a star. Kicking these bars, burning his body. I'll rip it apart. Tom, did you call yourself the white version of Kendrick Lamar? Talking like you kicked down doors for the indie movement. Bitch, you stole that same blueprint from rhyme sayers and strange music. I paved your road, real indie since 01. Now I'm Marvin Gaye's father. I'm killing my own son.
Ooh. Ooh. Marvin Gaye's dad famously killed him after an argument they had about something. Marvin Gaye's dad hated Marvin Gaye for some reason. Bought a pistol and killed him.
There's a story about a boy named Tom.
Uh-oh.
He had a rich dad and a racist mom.
Ooh.
Nova. Daddy. Here, Nova. Daddy. Come here, girl. Sit. Aw, good girl. Here's
Nova again, his girlfriend.
Creed. Daddy. Here's the truth that you can't run from. No can do told me when I'm fighting monsters, don't let it make you become one. Your ego's too big, it's gotta be deflated. Trying to say political rap is a genre you created, you gotta be fucking kidding.
On a level like rap has always, I don't like him saying he created political rap. On a certain level, rap has always been political, or at least about social and political issues, right? About fucking cops harassing you and dealing drugs, selling drugs, them introducing your community. Like that's kind of weird that he says he invented the genre.
Kidding me? You ever heard of Ice-T, Ice Cube, Immortal Technique, X-Clan, or Public Enemy? Of course you haven't. You know nothing about the culture. Second Amendment right, guns coming up out the holster. Put the pistol in your mouth. Name one song off of Illmatic before I pull the trigger. You wanna be a
Illmatic is what, Nas?
American so bad that you won't even rep your own flag, and now you're getting toe tagged on every single song. You use that same dead flow. Your girl's like Emily Willis, a brain dead hoe. I should have known that you're a damn snake. The type of person.
He says your girl is Emily Willis, a brain dead hoe. Do you know who Emily Willis is? Emily Willis was a former porn star who was like in a coma and vegetable state. Damn, brain dead hoe. So she was a porn star. Oh. Ooh.
That'll look right in a man's face and offer him a handshake. Call a truce, declare peace on the landscape, then diss his family life just to entertain your fan base. On God mode, trying to rap like Jesus, but in real life you act like Judas with pussycat-like movements. I feel like Caesar getting stabbed by Brutus, but I got whiplash, so drums make me smack my students. The YouTube diss tracks, they really ain't my vibe. When I battle a rapper, shit, I'd rather do it live. I'll bet $50,000 to the charity of your choice that you won't look me in the eyes and put clarity in your voice and say the things about me that you said in all your diss tracks when I'm a foot away from you and you might just get bitch slapped. Shit, we could battle on King of the Dot. Your girl knows all those dudes, she's seen all their cocks. We could
Oh shit. Shit. King of the Dot Entertainment, KOTD. It's a Canadian rap battle like league. And there's a bunch of like rappers that formed it and did it. So again, the throwback to she knows all these people in the industry. She knows all those dudes. She sucked all their cocks.
battle up in Canada, right in your hometown. I'll let you pick the city and venue it goes down, and I promise I'll get a bigger applause than you, because in hip-hop, there ain't a bigger fraud than you. I went on tour with D12, those dudes are my new friends. They showed me some video you made for Eminem. They told me they were in the studio with Slim. When he watched it, he cringed and he cut it off 30 seconds in. Eminem...
So this is also a pretty famous thing. I guess Tom McDonald. So Eminem put out a single NFT back when NFTs were big. He put out a single NFT, and it was like $100,000. Tom McDonald instantly bought it, and as if a way to interact with Eminem, I guess. And Eminem never mentioned it, never said anything, never spoke to him, never nothing. And then I'm guessing he's claiming that the guys from D12 said that, oh, well, he sent Eminem a video talking about how much he loved him and wanted to like make music with him, but Eminem ignored it. Now, that's not confirmed, but that's the claim.
Seconds in, Eminem doesn't like you. He does not respect you. You made a love song about him, begging him to peg you. Have you noticed that publicly he's never even mentioned it? I'm sorry, buddy. I know that's not how you envisioned it. You thought he'd call you like, hey, Tom, it's Slim Shady. You're so controversial. How are you this crazy? You want to make a song about how transgender men are pretend ladies and all the live ladies having mixed babies? And how the Mexican border is being invaded by woke Palestinians causing inflation? We'll call it white boy Boys Part 12, it'll be awful. And the Grammy goes to Eminem and Tom McDonald. I'm sorry that you didn't get to do a song with your hero. At least you got to do a song with Ben Shapiro, the dude that censored Candace Owens' music quick. And he said that rap music isn't real music. And he tried to say the pussies aren't supposed to get wet. That song was so controversial and over the edge. I'm kidding. Nobody cares about your facts or your feelings. You make music for people that storm the Capitol building. You make rap tunes for white trash inbred people that snort crank in dirty ass gas station bathrooms. People that shoot AR-15.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. The NFT was a beat. It was an NFT that was like a picture and a beat or something, and he used the beat.
In classrooms that never heard of Nas Del Woo or Black Moon. You make music for people that hate black dudes. People that huff gas fumes, got barbed wire tattoos. People that say the N-word while playing Call of Duty. People that buy a case of Bud Light just to shoot it. Incels that are terrified of sex, and people that pay money to be verified on X. People that say, now normally I don't like rap, but this Tom McDonald dude is great because he ain't black. I rewrote this.
Damn. Normally I don't like rap, but this Tom McDonald dude is great because he ain't black. Damn it.
This 3 times, kept throwing out the verses. Punchlines weren't cutting, it needed substance and some purpose. I realized I needed to try to cut beyond the surface, and instead of murdering you, maybe I could be of service. You constantly just brag about the ways you feel yourself. It's obvious you're losing your battle with mental health. Tried to fill the emptiness in your soul by getting wealth, but the money, fame, Louis, and Gucci, it didn't help. You need to go to Balenciaga and get a belt, put it around your neck, kick out the stool, then kill yourself. You need to put a gun to your head, then drill yourself, cause to yourself you've never revealed yourself. I swear to God, I know record label execs that managed you, represented you, brought you a couple checks. They told me all sorts of shit about you, how you like to.
And it cuts off. So it seems like he's made more or another song or something, and it says you'd be best to tread lightly. But he's talking about now the record execs, and Tom McDonald famously never had record executives or people help him. Now, Ryan Upchurch made this same claim that he claims he's outside the industry, never used the executives or this or that or had anybody help him, right? He did it all on his own, him and his girlfriend. But that's a claim that people are making now, that he actually did have help. But that's the whole thing.
Of course, would be to tread lightly.
Your best course would be to tread lightly. Damn it. That was pretty wild, right? What else happened? The guy that came out and said Dr. Disrespect was claimed that Dr. Disrespect was sexting Mick's got some tits. Dr. Disrespect was sexting a minor, is now using that information to try to sell tickets to his shows. Now using that information to try to sell his tickets to his shows. What else happened? He is going to be on with Slasher, which I think is Slasher's first name is like Rod or Ron or something like that. Here it is. It says he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor, and then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang. Then this is the same guy, Cody Connors. He says, listen, if all 3 dates sell out, I'll tell you why he got banned. This is for 721 in Brooklyn, Mona Lisa Studio. And it says, gamer friends, if you're on the East Coast, you should come to one of these at Slasher. Now, Slasher was one of the people who broke the story. Well, he said it's bad. I can't talk about it right now. And everybody kind of went at Slasher when it didn't come out that it was bad, saying, you just lied. You just said this. You didn't know what's really going on. He's like, I can't say. It says that Slasher is coming to New York date. That's a 500-person room, and we're like 70% on pre-sales. I always act out around Rod. That's Slasher's real name. If that show sells out, I'll 100% explain why we banned him during our set. So there you go. Who knows? Who knows? He also changed it says, ex-Twitch employee who claimed Dr. Disrespect was caught allegedly sexting minors has been using information to sell tickets to his live shows. He also updated his bio to say this, and it says, definitely getting sued. Definitely getting sued. But he's in an emo band now, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows? I don't at all. So, there you go. That's the Dr. Disrespect update. We got a new friend of the show, Bong Radio Records. Bong Radio Records. Let's check him out, see what he's got to say. This guy is basically a verified genius.
Okay, guys, I was watching a Yellow Wolf video and he was playing with a globe. So I was thinking, which way does the earth spin? All because Yellow Wolf, one of the greatest rappers ever.
Counterclockwise from the top, in case you're wondering.
And he's from Alabama. Southern boy. Slum American. He, pretty good rapper, too. Anyways, he was playing with a globe. All right, let's pretend that, that doorknob is the sun. So, if that's the sun, and I'm looking at the doorknob, okay, oh, you can't see it. So, and this is, my nose is, New York, the Big Apple. That's the sun. My nose is going this way.
Yeah, counterclockwise if we were looking at the top of your head, right? It is opposite of a clock.
The earth. I'm the earth. And that's the sun. So I'm going to my left. I'm going to the left. So
well, we can't use left and right because that would be relevant to people on the earth and which way they're facing. So we got to use something else. We can't use left and right.
This day we will be in heaven. Jesus said to the guy on his left. He said,
whoa, how'd we go to scripture?
The sun. So I am going to my left. I'm going to the left. So this day we will be in heaven. Jesus said to the guy on his left. He said, he's like, you're the Messiah. So he I don't know if this is going to switch it around because I'm taking a selfie or whatever, but you go to, if that,
you know it,
the sun, the earth is going this way, around this way, but you can't really tell. My question is, do we go this way around? Do we also go this way around the sun?
Also counterclockwise, if you were looking at the top of the sun, which way the earth goes around the sun, also counterclockwise.
Like, earth is going this way. Is it just like running? Is it just like twisting around the sun? Twisting around.
It's actually chasing the sun. You know, our revolution around the sun is elliptical, right? It's not a perfect circle. And sometimes they're going faster than other times.
The doorknob sun twisted around the sun and going is it twisting left and also spinning left?
All left's like NASCAR.
Because that makes sense. I don't know. Just something you think about when you're watching Yellow Wolf, one of the greatest rappers of all time.
This is all about... So he started out by saying, I was just thinking about this because I was watching Yellow Wolf from America, greatest rapper of all time. He does this whole explanation. He's like, just something to think about. Was this all a secret commercial for Yellow Wolf?
Yellow Wolf, one of the greatest rappers of all time, from Alabama.
Alabama, Bama. Alabama, Bama. Bong Radio Records, good friend of the show. Great friend. Let's check out some of his shorts.
Get on your knees and worship me. I am God. Everything you've done has been a production of the Lord, good Lord God Almighty. I am He. I am.
Also, don't forget to check out Yellow Wolf.
I be am. 9